art, during the course of my 5-year doctorate, I struggled with this idea that cognition is this anthropocentric command module. Do you want to unpack that? Human cognition is a command module that takes in data and processes it. And what I've learned from Blake, 2 years ago, I did the first Dandelion Visions exhibition, which involved this installation over here. And my doctorate was called The Vision of the Absurd, Entanglement, Aesthetic and Effect. And like Simon, I was grappling with the visionary, because we all know Blake is visionary. And we feel it. And when I got towards the end of my doctorate, I've begun to realise that what he offers me and us, speculatively speaking, this is all speculative, he offers an embodied form of visionary through using a radical empirical sense. So all the senses are involved, and from that sense of immanence, of emergence, that's where we have transcendence. I realised that the model that I was looking at is this Platonian model. Do you know Plato? He has the perfect forms, and this life that we're living is a flawed version of this perfect one. But what Blake seems to offer us is the sense of transcendence through emergence, through being close to the physical, felt, sensed, intuited, prehended. A lot of my work is about this pre-cognitive place, before what Simon calls the hardening of the categories. So everything is dew-soaked and new and emerging if you can enter into an aesthetic or felt understanding. So when I look at Blake's work, I suddenly realised it is a living tapestry. His words aren't separate from the pictures. They make sense within this material vitality. Everything is interwoven and yet individual at the same time. So I made sense of this through a man called Alfred North Whitehead, and in a minute I'm going to talk a bit about that. And Whitehead suggests that we have a bifurcation or a split. You think of trees, that's bifurcation. So our thinking is constantly splitting. It's cognitive, and that's good. It's good for certain things. And I overcame my total rejection of cognition to replace it as a helpful ancillary navigational tool. So it's good, it's useful, cognition, but it has its limits. And we feel and we embody an aesthetic ontology, and that's when we can connect. That's the last existential battleground, if you like, within art can do that. I can say, come to my art and inhabit it in an aesthetic mode. You don't have to say, what does it mean? You just have to feel it, experience it, and that's it. So